Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. My name is Boomy and you're watching my channel, Boomy Reactions. Thank you for watching, my lovelies. Now today, I'm going to be watching a new YouTuber, a new face, but they're going to be showing us how to make corn tortillas from scratch. I am so excited. I need all the help I can get. I have to make my own corn tortillas. I've ordered a tortilla press. I know you don't need one, but I don't know. I'm a sucker for uniform, nice, even shapes. That makes no sense. You know what I mean? I like them to be neat and tidy. Although, as Kent says, you know you're going to get a good tortilla when it's not circular, because it means it's homemade. But yes, I have ordered one, so that is on the way. And I'm going to give these a go on the weekend, I think, which is very exciting. Guys, tips and tricks are very, very welcome. How can I mess it up? Hopefully it's not too hard. It doesn't look like it's overly difficult. But yes, any tips to avoid any mishaps would be very welcome. If you could, thank you very much. Anyway, let's crack on with the video. So this has been requested by one of my patrons, David. Thank you so much for requesting this video, David. David, you say, here is a video on making corn tortillas by a real Mexican-American grandmother, is it abuelita, with her own cooking show on YouTube, Rachel Step by Step. Oh, lovely. Right, so this is easy step-by-step corn tortillas. Let's make it foolproof. You would like her channel with lots of great homemade recipes. Oh my gosh, yes. Right, okay, this is a new face for me. So let's check out Rachel's how-to guide on corn tortillas, and hopefully I can replicate them on the weekend and not mess them up too much. I love tortillas any way, shape or form, but I feel like, I don't know, like I'm getting a bit of a watered down experience here in the UK. So let's do it properly, as they're meant to be, and I'll give them a good go on the weekend. And guys, if you are enjoying these reactions, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you could hype this video, that would be amazing, my lovelies. And if you're interested, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account. That link is over here. And if you would like to help support this channel any further, I do have a Patreon account. If you fancy checking that out, that link is in the description below. Right, let's see, Rachel. Come on then.
Hi everybody, I'm gonna show you how to make corn tortillas. Now many of us need corn tortillas at one time or another. Yes. And there we go, running off to the grocery store to go get them.
Rachel, I'd love to go to the grocery store and go and pick up some corn tortillas, because they're my favorite of all the tortillas. A weird thing in the UK at the moment, for some reason, they've stopped selling all corn tortillas, and it's a bit of a hybrid. It's a bit of a mix between flour and corn, but they advertise them as corn. It's a whole thing. But then I just can't get them. I mean, I could probably get them from the likes of Amazon, but I would much rather be able to whip them up myself.
It's always good to know how to make them at home.
Absolutely.
Because nothing beats homemade. And today I'm going to show you how to make them step by step. Let's get started. So I've got all my ingredients here to make my tortillas. Now today I'm going to be using Maseca Mixta Masa. It's the one that comes in the gold bag. Now Maseca also makes it in a white bag like this. Now this is a white corn and this is the light yellow corn. I've done it with both and they come out delicious. Now I'm going to need 1.5 cups, not hard packed, okay?
See, these are the tips and tricks that I'm looking for, guys. Let me know if you've got any of your own abuelita's secrets or your own secrets. Let me know if you could part with those secrets. Let me know. So don't tightly pack the cup of this. Okay. Gotcha.
There's 1 cup, and I've got the half measuring cup over here. And I'm gonna use a little salt, maybe about 1/4 teaspoon or a little less. You can put as much as you want. But I do like to put a little salt because of the flavor. And 1 1/4 cups of warm water, kind of like a baby's bottle, like that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start making my dough. Now I'm gonna mix the salt in pretty good like this. You wanna distribute it well in here.
Get in there with your hands.
Now I'm gonna add my water a little bit at a time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start bringing it in together. And take your time when you're doing this. It only takes a few minutes. Now this masa is gluten-free, and that's a good thing because I know many of us want to stay away from gluten as much as we can. And that's a good thing with this masa. And here's the last of my water.
Is it one of these where use the water bit by bit until you get to a certain consistency, but you might not necessarily need all of that water? Like, you know, when you're making bread, it's not always a specific amount, isn't it? It can relate to the type of flour or the temperature of the water, the temperature of the air. So is it fine? Is it okay to have a slightly soggy dough? Or are we aiming to choose all of the water, or is it more of a consistency based thing, or you know what I mean?
And I'm going to continue to knead it until it's very hydrated.
Okay.
Now, if you feel that it needs a little bit more because it feels a little dry,
right,
you can add 1 teaspoon at a time, slowly.
I think I might have the other problem over here in the UK. It might be that you might not need all of that water as opposed to maybe needing a little bit more. We're definitely not, you know, too warm or anything over here.
My masa is just perfect. It's away from the walls and away from my hand.
Right.
See?
Okay.
Look at this.
Ooh, it looks
nice and damp, but not wet and not dry.
So you don't want it too sticky.
So now I'm going to wrap it up. I've got some saran wrap right here. I'm going to wrap it up real good. And
this saran wrap always confused me growing up. We call it cling film. Because it clings, obviously. Why do you guys call it saran wrap? What? Where did you get that name from? Anyway, growing up and listening to that, I had absolutely no idea what it was.
And I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes.
Right, okay,
because
let
you
it
want
rest.
it to get really hydrated, real nice like this. And then we'll be back to make our tortillas.
I love.
Now I'm ready to make my tortillas.
I love it.
You're going to need a tortilla press like this one. If you don't have one, you can order it through Amazon and it'll...
Oh, she's answered my question. I should have watched this video earlier. Yes, okay, I've already bought a tortilla press. It's on its way. So Rachel uses a tortilla press to get those beautifully uniform, nice round, flat tortillas. Okay. Is it? I suppose it's easier to make them with a tortilla press, isn't it? Because rolling it out, there's definitely a technique to it. I make flatbreads quite often, so you know, trying to get those perfectly round is a bit of a bugger at the best of times. But yeah, there's definitely a technique to it. I kind of roll from the center of the dough kind of outwards in a kind of... I'm not explaining this very well. Anyway, go on.
Last you forever. And you're gonna need 2 pieces of plastic. This was a Ziploc bag. I cut it up into 2 pieces like this, round.
Mine comes with these.
Little bigger than a tortilla.
Yeah.
And then you need a container in which to put your tortillas in. Okay. You can put them in a basket like I'm gonna do in here, or you can just put them in between a towel. Now, many of you have asked me where I got these baskets. These are Lagerberger baskets, and they were made here in Ohio. This is the one I use when I make my corn tortillas because it's smaller and round.
Yeah.
And this is the one I use when I make flour tortillas because it's bigger. See, I have a big collection of Lagerberger baskets, and these have come in so handy for tortillas.
What makes them handy for storing tortillas? Are they breathable because they're woven kind of, what are they, like wicker? You know what I mean? I don't know. Okay, I think they're gorgeous. Those cute little baskets. I love them. So does Rachel, I'm assuming by what she just said, the difference between the flour and the corn tortillas is that generally when she's using the flour tortillas, she's using them for things that require like bigger tortillas, like fajitas, or, you know, like what would you use for quesadillas? Does it make any difference whether you use corn or flour? My preference is always corn tortillas, but I just prefer those generally. But is there a time that calls for specifically flour tortillas or vice versa? Let me know.
Now here's my masa. It's been sitting out for about 30 minutes and it's hydrated and it's perfect. Now I'm gonna make my little balls. Now when you make your little balls, you want them to be about the size of a golf ball, more or less. And don't worry about it if it's a little smaller or bigger than that. See? But you want it to look just like this, like a golf ball. And I usually make about 7 to 8. If I make 9 sometimes, that's fine. If it's 7, not a problem. Now you just want to continue the process until you have all your little balls ready like this. See? So this is my last one. I was able to make 8, exactly 8, and it usually turns out like that. Now you want to make sure that you always keep them covered because you don't want them to get dry on you, and then you can just pull one out as you need it. This would be a good time for you to heat up your griddle on the stove and make sure that it's nice and hot by the time you press your first tortilla. Now you're going to get one piece of plastic and you're going to put it right here on your tortilla press. And then get you one of your little balls and you're going to put it right here and put the other piece of plastic on top.
Do these work better than like parchment paper or greaseproof paper? I think mine comes with some greaseproof paper squares, I think they are, for this purpose. What Rachel's using here, does it work better? Is there less stickage going on? Just a quick note as well. I think she is so lovely. The way she smiles at the camera, it actually makes me think that she's my nanny. She's my abuelita. Oh, it seems so nice.
And then you're going to press it down a little firm. Oh. And that's good, just like that. I usually turn it because it gets a little flatter on this side. And then I press it just a little bit like this. See? And then you peel off the top plastic, and here is your tortilla, ready to go to the griddle. And here's another one. Simple. You put your little ball of masa, you push it down a little bit like that so it can stay stable. Put your plastic on top, and then push it down a little firm. Oh. I usually turn it around and just push it a little bit like that.
Look how flat it gets.
And here it is. Then you peel it off, and here it is.
So it's only a little tortilla press, this one, isn't it? It look just, I'm guessing from Rachel's hand being there, it's like what, like an 8-inch tortilla press. I've gone greedy and I've gone for a 12. we want them bigger tortillas. But if you have a bigger one, surely if you've got like a smaller portion, a smaller ball, then it's only going to stretch so far, isn't it? So surely I was thinking, if I go for the bigger one, then I can still make them smaller, but I can also make them bigger if I want to. That was my logic anyway.
Now we can take this to the griddle. Now I'm going to be using this large griddle right here, and my heat is above medium. You want to make sure that it's nice and hot because this is going to go quickly. When I put my tortilla like this, you're going to start counting about 25 to 28 seconds before I flip it over to the other side. Now, if your griddle is not hot enough, then this is going to get very dehydrated and they're not going to be nice and soft, and they probably won't puff up. So now we wait 25 to 28 seconds. Okay. Now I'm going to flip it over. I'm using a spatula because I don't want to mess up my polish. But you can use your fingers if you want to.
I don't blame you, Rachel. They look lovely.
More or less 30 seconds before we flip it over to the other side. And I'm going to flip it over again. You're going to see it start getting puffy all on its own like that. See? Now the steam inside is going to cook the inside. See how pretty that looks?
So you want it to puff up. Okay. Not trying to get those little air pockets to escape by piercing it. You want them.
And here's another one. You want to count 25 to 28 seconds. Now I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to count about 30 seconds before I flip it over again.
One thing I did notice between the corn tortillas and the flour tortillas is that, like Rachel has here, you don't see any of those, I want to say scorch marks, you know what I mean? Those where the dough is blistered a little bit. You notice them more on flour tortillas than corn tortillas. They don't really tend to have them. So is it worse, excuse me, is it worse to overcook the corn tortillas? Because I don't know, just if they have a tendency to go a bit drier if you overcook them slightly on the griddle here. And maybe flour tortillas are a little bit more forgiving with that. But yeah, the scorch marks are normally more present on the flour tortillas than the corn. Just an observation, it might not mean anything.
So it's been about 30 seconds. Now I'm going to flip it over. And you want to leave it alone. It's going to start puffing up all on its own. If it doesn't puff up, don't worry about it. They're still going to be delicious.
Right, okay.
And you want to leave it there for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then you want to pull it out.
What's your nail varnish, Rachel?
So my tortillas are done. Here they are, 8 of them. perfect and beautiful. Now you can make enchiladas with these, crispy tacos. You could make tostadas, anything you like. Look at how pretty they are and so soft, and they smell beautiful. We love to have these with our breakfast. Huevos rancheros, bacon and eggs, anything that you like, refried beans. You know, now if you don't use up all your masa, let's say you roll up 2 or 3 only, you can wrap it up in plastic and put it in your fridge, and it'll last about 2 days. You can just moisten it up a little bit, knead it a little bit, and roll out a few more. I'm gonna have mine with butter. Now I'm gonna add some tips below in the description box.
Please. Oh, okay.
Maybe a few things that I didn't mention to you so that you can make the perfect tortilla.
I need to check
Now
this
it's
out.
time for the taste test.
Just with butter. No, they're good. She's got such a cheeky smile.
Oh my gosh. These are so good. I know you're gonna love them and you're gonna have fun making them. Now these are my homemade corn tortillas. If you like my video, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment and tell me what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you.
She has the warmest smile. Oh my gosh. She's a natural. Oh, thank you so much for requesting this video, David. Oh, I think Rachel's lovely. Okay, so she's shared her secret recipe for corn tortillas. I'm going to have to give these a go and whip these up. They don't look overly complicated. I think that's the beautiful thing about them, is they seem so simple. Not foolproof, because I know Rachel's provided some tips and tricks there, so I'm going to have to check those out. But like I say, guys, if you have any of your own tips to that you'd like to share with me, so I avoid making sticky messes, or oh, I can imagine a few ways in which they might go wrong. I'm thinking overly sticky dough sticking to the press, or ripping as you peel the parchment paper away. Little tiny tidbits like that. So if you have any tips that you could share, thank you so much. Thank you in advance. But yes, I would like to give these a go. So I'm thinking, I liked the video with Kent showing us. He made his own tortillas, although his were flour tortillas, and he turned them into 3 cheese quesadillas. So I'd like to try that. But I'm thinking, actually, in this house, we love pulled pork quesadillas. We do tend to smother that pork in barbecue, though. But lots of spice goes in there. If you have any recipes that you would like to share for any quesadilla fillings or anything like that, guys, please let me know in the comments. I'm quite new to Mexican cuisine, so you'll have to forgive a handful of mistakes if I make them. But yes, do look out for that video. I'll be trying those on the weekend, hopefully. Yum, 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 yum. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that along with me. Take care of yourselves, my lovelies. Much love, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.